5 decisions that Erik Ten Hag has to make in order to succeed at Man United. Well, for the first one, he has to sort out the midfield. Manchester United had had a reoccurring problem in the midfield, with their options this season being Van der Beek for half the season, Pogba, Matic, Fred, and McTominay. Matic is basically out of the club, and so is Pogba, with Pogba flirting with many other teams like PSG, Juventus, and Real Madrid on his transfer to them on a free after his contract at Manchester United runs out this summer. Now, what does that mean for the rest of the midfield? Well, Van der Beek will be a big part of Erik Ten Hag's plans for his time at Man United when he comes back from his loan at Everton. He has already been told that by Erik Ten Hag himself, according to reports. Now that leaves Fred and McTominay. Fred has been a really bright spot on this Manchester United team, one of the best players this season in the second half of the season, and has been a real good player. And now you got McTominay, a solid player that's been there and hasn't really got hurt this season. But there's obviously a lot better midfielders out there, and Man United cannot see McTominay as a midfielder for them to challenge for the league. They definitely need an upgrade there. Now, Edson Alvarez could be a guy going to Man United this summer due to the new manager of Man United being his manager from this season, and he could definitely look into bringing him with him to Man United. Now, that could be a really good upgrade. Now, another problem and decision that Erik Ten Hag has to make is Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has one more year left next season and could look to be moved on upon after Erik Ten Hag has reportedly said that he will not be a part of his future plans with Manchester United next season. But the thing is, the Glazers have a problem of liking Man United as a business more than looking out for the club to see it succeed. So Cristiano Ronaldo brought in so much money to the club with season tickets, jersey sales, and etc. that I could see it being very, very unlikely for him to be moved on upon. So Erik Ten Hag is going to have to figure it out and fit Ronaldo into his plans in order to succeed next season. And that's not even a bad thing. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best players in the world right now. And fitting him into your plans isn't like fitting in a guy like, I don't know, let's say Luis Suarez, who's old and out of his prime, or Higuain. You're fitting in Cristiano Ronaldo, who is a really good player, and that shouldn't be a problem. But Erik Ten Hag really wants to make this team youthful and exciting again, and Cristiano Ronaldo, for him, should not be in the plans, but unfortunately for him, he has to be. Now, another problem and decision that Erik Ten Hag has to do has to solve is the defense. This season, they haven't really found their 4 starters that are week in, week out. They're starting players in important games and other games. We've seen Luke Shaw and Alex Telles be shifted around and rotated. In the defense, Maguire has been really the only consistent defender, which is ironically one of the worst defenders on Man United. So I could definitely see a good solution in getting rid of Harry Maguire, Phil Jones, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka. These players have severely underperformed, and there's going to be a massive overhaul in the defense. There has to be, because you got a lot of guys here who can't really play, who have made many mistakes constantly, and then you got other guys who are young and promising that could definitely make an impact. I think you got Dalot, who's done an underrated season, and Alex Telles, who has been solid. These 2 players should definitely stay next season, but I think Harry Maguire should definitely be questionable on if he should depart or not. I think he should definitely be one of those players that they shop around. Phil Jones, obviously, you got to get rid of him. He's been at the club way too long for him just to be there and play maybe once or twice this season. Then you got Lindelof and Bailly, who could definitely become a part of the future at Manchester United, but very unlikely because they don't really receive enough playing time. I think you need to bring in 2-3 center backs, I know they're linked with Rudiger, but would Rudiger really want to come from Chelsea to Man United if Man United don't finish top 4? Those things have to be considered. So a problem and a solution that has to be found is in the defense. Your captain, Harry Maguire, is the guy who's costing you many points. So you have to figure something out there. Do you have to make him leave, or what's going to happen there? Now, another problem that has to be a solution found at Man United is getting rid of the deadweight. They have a lot of players getting massive wages who are not used at all. You got guys like Lingard, Matic, you got Phil Jones, Harry Maguire, Dean Henderson, you got Cavani. All these players are not a part of the Man United future and don't see the club first. They are very unhappy with their individual playing time, and they really want to get out of the club, and they're not helping out with Ralf Rangnick. And I think Erik Ten Hag really has to get rid of these players who are not looking at the club's success first before theirs. And it's nothing bad about them not thinking about the club and thinking about themselves and wanting to play and get more money and all this other stuff. It's not a bad thing. It's just you got to find the right players, and these guys want a different challenge, and you got to let go of them and replace them. I think there has to be a massive shift in the club, getting a lot of players out. I want to see around 10 players leave and around 10 players come in. You got to really change the club, because the same players have been here for a while and nothing's ever changed. You're always going to be in the top 6, but you're never going to really challenge for the league with the same group. And Erik Ten Hag has asked for 5 years of patience, so I really do see him coming in and basically getting a lot of players out and getting some players in. But it will be a project. Now, for the 5th thing, Man United's problem is the relationship with the fans. Yes, Erik Ten Hag, if he really wants 5 years, the fans have to be patient, because the fans, in my opinion, do play a part in managers staying or leaving. If they start making a lot of noise saying Erik Ten Hag, his project's done, let's get him out, it will be a problem. But he has to show some sort of promise for the club. What I'm saying is, if he can manage to get a Carabao Cup or FA Cup next season and underperform in the league, there will be a promise and have the fans excited. Now, you could be saying, well, Man United is a big club and should be challenging for the league every year. Well, they're going to make a really big shift in the club, and he's asking for a lot of patience, and he really wants to make Man United one of the big clubs again, but that's going to take a lot of time. And I just think next season will be an important season for him, and if he can bring some sort of success, not massive success, but a cup, he could really have the fans on his side and could really help him get 5 years of patience from the club, which has shown that they are willing to show patience, like they did with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where they gave him a lot of time even though the fans were on his head. But at the end of the day, he ended up getting sacked because of all the noise that was surrounding him and the players' attitude towards him. So I think he really has to get some sort of success next year. So like a cup, an FA Cup. If he wins the FA Cup, he really will have a lot of patience. But that is all up to him, and we'll see how it pans out. Leave a comment down below if you think Erik Ten Hag will succeed at Man United. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching.